What up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you're having a great Thirsty Thursday. Tonight, we've got Steelers versus the Browns. What'll probably be a snooze fest out there. But we have some interesting news for our Cowboys because, you know, here at Jobu Sports Report, it's all about the Cowboys and everything that I'm doing in between. And we may have what something that has been bugging me and I've been talking about for a while now, at least the last week. Our offensive line is not as bad as we would have thought, okay? You know, we have killed the Joneses about, after that first loss to Tampa Bay, we killed the Joneses and said that they're not wanting to win. You know, they're not signing a bunch of free agents. They're not going out and getting this guy, and so on. In some regards, we have to look at it and say, at the moment, the statistics are still early. At the moment, we're doing okay. We're at 500. We are now in the rearview mirror of the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. And see, just like, driving late at night and you see those lights flashing behind you, you get kind of worried and nervous. And that's how the New York Giants are feeling right now. They're up on us. They're up on us. But I dare say they got to be looking in the rearview mirror. For us on the offensive line, we've taken all the hits. It couldn't get much worse than it was against Tampa Bay. Here it was, you had a rookie tackle in Tyler Smith, a guy who a lot of Cowboy fans said, man, this guy ain't no good, man. This guy, people were mad about Tyler Smith. And he held his own his first week. Second week, he got markedly better. In fact, he rated out as the best rookie offensive tackle last week. And that's doing pretty good considering the competition that they faced 2 weeks in a row. He's looking a lot better than, say, Evan Neal is at the moment. So with that, we also lost Connor McGovern, a guy who I wasn't sold on necessarily as him being a starter, but it definitely played better than Matt Fornick. Matt Fornick is in the low 30s or high 20s as far as Pro Football Focus's ratings go, and he truly is the weakest link. So the thought was, with Jason Peters, we got Jason Peters, who's definitely better than Matt Fornick, the left tackle. My worry is the offensive line is not great, rated out at 13, which is a marked improvement from the week before. They moved up 2 spots. But I'm worried about changing too many things, because the thought is you take Tyler Smith and you move him to guard, and then you put Jason Peters out at tackle. I mean, that should improve your team. But now you got a 40-year-old who's coming in playing at the most valuable spot. And now you got a rookie who has been training, who was training at guard, but then has been playing tackle the last 2 weeks. Now, the thing I will say, if you move him from tackle to guard, it's not as bad as moving him from tackle on one side to tackle on the other, because everything is still on the outside. It's still the same footwork. It's still staying looking over there. And if you've never played offensive line, the difference of being on the right side versus left side, or left side versus right side is, if you're right-handed, try writing with your left, because everything is reversed. If you are the left tackle, you're used to looking this way. You're used to having that kick stack with your left foot. You're used to punching with your left arm. Now you go to the other side, everything's reversed. And see, this is where Terrence Steele had a problem last year going from right to left. So my worry is shifting a rookie whose eyes are already wide open too many times. We saw in the past where we took Lyle Collins from guard and then made him a tackle. It was a learning curve for him to get adjusted to playing those positions. But we're actually hearing that right now with Jason Peters practicing, and we talk about practice, that he is actually practicing at tackle and guard. So he is, in fact, your guy who can play right tackle, left tackle, or left guard. And I'm betting that right now, with the weakest link being Matt Fornick, that if they decide to put him in, as opposed to if Connor McGovern is healthy, is they'd put Jason Peters in at guard. Because then it's basically taking the weakest link and putting a veteran who's older and stronger in there, and you're worrying about one position, as opposed to saying, let's move Tyler to guard and then put Jason Peters. You may mess up two positions at the same time. And here's the thing about your offensive line. Part of the problem we had last year was our two weakest links were Biadasz and Connor McGovern. Excuse me, Connor Williams. Why we got all the same name? Why we got all the same names? But Connor Williams, who would get lifted up, dropped off in the back of, Dak Prescott's lap, or would hold on for dear life so the quarterback wouldn't get killed. You had your two weak spots right there, and that's where defense is attacked, right up the middle. Biadasz is playing thus far much better than he did last year. And Tyler Smith, he's still raw, but he's strong enough that if you have a weak link in the guard, you're okay, as long as it's not guard and center or tackle and guard. If you have two strong players on each side of him, you're all right. But preferably, if Jason Peters is the guy and can still play, between him and Connor McGovern, you use the two of them at the guard position, and you have a backup basically for three positions. That's about the best of all worlds right now. And for me, that's one of those things that I'd breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that we're not going to try and change up two positions at once. That is headed for problems. And we'll see how that goes this weekend and see if Jason Peters does go. It may be with Jason Peters just getting in there that they split reps. We'll go a couple of series with Jason Peters, a couple of series with Matt Fornick, and so on, to get him up to speed in the same way they're talking about Michael Gallup, being on a pitch count. You can't go from no off-season training and stuff to, a week or two and think you're going to be able to play a marathon of a game. And I'm definitely ecstatic about that. I got to get back with my buddy, Brother Roz, my research department here. He's just sent me a text with some new data, and I was having a look at some numbers. It's still early in the season, but if you went just strictly by the numbers, wow, it's kind of crazy, some of the things that I'm seeing. And we'll talk about it later. Hope you're having a great Thirsty Thursday. And it's amazing because we got a little bit of rain, and then the temperature dropped by about 15 degrees. It's actually a little cool and chilly. I might actually need to get the patio heaters out here before too long for the games. Peace out.